with us now, former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright, who participated in a briefing hosted by the ambassador to Morocco yesterday on improving U.S.-Muslim relations. It's very good to have you, Madam Secretary, once again. Good morning.
Great to be with you guys. Terrific.
Right. Tell us about, it's called Changing Course. It's a report, and it actually really dovetails nicely with the President's trip to Turkey. But tell us what the focus is here.
Well, it was a very interesting group of people, of 34 Americans of various mixed backgrounds, religiously, talking about the importance of a better relationship between the U.S. and the Muslim world. And it came out in September, and we gave some very strong advice to the next president, whoever that person was going to be. And it really sounds as though President Obama is exactly on track, because we hope that the next president would mention something about respect for Islam in the inaugural address, and certainly President Obama did that. Would also, in fact, have a relationship that would explain the importance of U.S.-Muslim relations, not that we are at war with Islam. And President Obama made that very clear in his speech yesterday in Turkey, where he, in fact, talked about the importance of Muslim relations. So we were able to talk about that and really have a very good discussion with representatives of the Muslim Arab community in Washington. So very, very pleased with how this report is being received.
Madam Secretary, can you explain why you believe it's so important that we improve relations globally with Muslims?
Well, first of all, it is a very large community, and a lot of Americans don't actually have a clue about Islam. They think that most Muslims live in the Middle East. They don't. They live in Indonesia and India, and it is a growing religion. It is not a angry, warlike religion, as has been portrayed. We need to understand better what's going on and to develop relationships with a major portion of the world, because the issues that we have to deal with require their cooperation.
Will that make us safer as a country?
Well, I believe so. I mean, we have large Muslim populations in the United States that want to help and who are loyal, great Americans, patriotic, who want to be a part of this. And I think that it would show an understanding and respect for another religious denomination. And frankly, Joe, I believe that we should not, I don't like the word tolerance, because that means tolerate, to put up with. I think we need to respect other religions. And I'm not a theologian, but I do think that as a problem solver, it's important to understand other religions.
Didn't you find it ironic, though, Madam Secretary, that while you were Secretary of State and Bill Clinton was President of the United States got involved in several wars, always on the side of Muslims, always trying to protect Muslims, always trying to defend the rights of Muslims, whether it was in Somalia, or whether it was in Bosnia, or whether it was siding with Muslims in Kosovo. We did that throughout the 1990s, and we still got attacked in 2001. Now, I'm not suggesting that we shouldn't side with Muslims when it's the right thing to do. I'm just wondering, will us reaching out to the Muslim world have any more of a positive impact now than it did in the 1990s?
Well, you did point out, and I appreciate you did, the fact that we were concerned about the rights of Muslims in those countries, because it was the right thing to do. They were being ethnically cleansed or punished in some other way. I do think, though, that what it shows is that when we have troops in Muslim countries, it creates issues that we don't understand fully, what is motivational, and also, Joe, that we can't lump everybody together. There are extremists in all the religions, and we have to be able to isolate them. But the Muslims also have to help us in that many of the solutions to these problems will come from within the Muslim community. And when we can show that we will defend those who are being ethnically cleansed irrationally in every way, that it helps generally in terms of protecting our country.
Madam Secretary, the President was in Turkey finishing up his visit this morning, and he held something of a town hall meeting with some Muslim college students there in Turkey. Let's play a little bit of sound for you and get your reaction.
We're also a country of different backgrounds and races and religions that have come together around a set of shared ideals. And we are still a place where anybody has a chance to make it if they try. If that wasn't true, then somebody named Barack Hussein Obama would not be elected President of the United States of America. That's the America I want you to know.
Madam Secretary, much has been made over the importance of our new president changing the image of America abroad. Did he do that over the last 8 days?
I think he definitely did, and not just in Turkey and with the speeches that he gave and the pride that he takes in his own background, but also in Prague and in Strasbourg and in London, of really showing that America's leadership in partnership is something that he wants, that he understands that the problems that are out there, whether they are financial, economic, nuclear proliferation, or how to deal with extremist killers, Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan, he really showed that what American leadership was about without lecturing. He made that point. Not lecturing, but listening and leading. And I think he did a tremendous job on this trip. A lot still has to be done, obviously, and when he comes home, he has a huge agenda that continues to mount. But I think he did a great job in changing America's image abroad this week.
Madam Secretary, thanks for being with us, and thanks for watching the show as much as you do. We really
love it.
Always appreciate your kind words.
I think you guys have a great time, and I watch you all the time. So
then you'll agree that maybe Mika should apply the lessons of Barack Obama, where she should lecture me less and listen more, because as you know, I'm a soft-spoken man. I don't talk too much because she's always interrupting.
Your response?
I have to tell you, some people do need lecturing.
There you go. See, you told me not to cross her. I crossed her, and boom, she hit me. Thank you so much, Madam Secretary.
Great. Good to be with you.
Thank you.